It's Forms the Faith, and I'm back with another dream.
Come to pass in the last days, saith God, I will pour out of my Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
Woke up about 9:38. It's 9:41 now. Had a dream. It's like we were in this house. It was a normal day. But everything switched like quick. There was this great noise. Sounding like a
How you talk to her?
sounded like a frequency of a scream or like some type of like loud white noise. But if somebody was screaming white noise, it was really weird. And if you got up on it really close, it could like turn you into like a crazy. And it seemed like one after another, after another, after another, and multitudes of people started turning when they heard like this noise, and their eyes had this red ring around it, and in the inside, the eyes was like illuminating, and they just looked at real, like really, really crazy, and they were running fast, and they were everywhere. I mean, they were turning one to another, like so quick. And I remember being in his house. I want to say it was my auntie Pat, but it's as if it was a guy, but it felt like it was my auntie Pat. Like, but I don't know, it wasn't her, but the energy from him felt like her. And I remember he was going in his house, and he didn't even know what was going on outside because he had been crept up in the house. And as soon as you make noise, they were coming to where you were. So it was like this guy and his son and me. And I remember seeing him, and I was like, we need to go back in the house. We need to go back in the house quick. And when he turned around, it was one of them like right behind him. And they were just like ready to just make that noise. Like they were ready to just scream their heads off. And we ran in the house. And at first, he closed the door and tried to close me out. And I was like, open the door, open the door, open the door, open the door. And finally, when they got close and I had to like fend off one that was like right at the door, he finally opened up the door. And after that, I got in the house. I told him that he needed to make less movement, less noise, less like noticeable of knowing that somebody is in here. So he did so. We went all the way up. It's like his house went up like tall. Um, and when we got up there, we closed the door and we were in this room. And in this room, he had a window by his bed. And he opened that window slightly because he was smoking. And it seemed like the one guy, he was like military or something, because I remember him saying, yeah, I might be with the forces, but I'm not going out there, like as if he wasn't like, yeah, he's been trained, but he's not going to go out there. And seemed as if time had passed, seemed like we were chilling out in there for a minute, and the guy started wanting to put like a covering over the door. And I told him, I said, I don't think that's a good idea, because the curtains that's already on the door, they're going to come down. And as soon as he started, it was like this saran wrap looking like he was trying to plaster the door, and it didn't make sense. And I told him, I said, it's going to come down. And as soon as it came down, and that caused the noise because him and the person who was down there, they began to like bicker back and forth. Mind you, the guy had the window open upstairs. So soon as they started to argue, the guy looked out the window from his bed and he was like, oh crap. You just seen him running and you heard him like, heh, heh, heh. They were all running together in the back and they were surrounding the house. And we knew like it was a moment of time. And I heard the guy like, we got to get out of here. And I'm like, where we going to go? It's not another exit window. It's not another escape route. The window that was at his bedroom wasn't big enough. And then if we was to go out from there, we were going to be just as good as toast. So some way, somehow, it was a guy who came in with like full armored gear on, and I seen him running from up the street, and it's like he slid on to the road on his side, and he had these things, and they made a noise. It was like boom, 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 and he caused a diversion because he seen how they were gathering around the house. Then it's like this truck came. These two trucks pulled up, and it was these people on the back of them with like these armored guns, and they just began to shoot them. So we were able to run out, and when we ran out, of course, they were already like waiting in the pathway leading up to the house. And so I remember when I went out there, I kept trying to go, kept trying to go, kept trying to go, fighting off one, hitting one, and everything like that. But it's like as if they bit me, but they didn't bite me where like my skin came off or did a teeth mark go in. It's like like as if you bite a person and you bite them on the topical part of their skin. And I know it was these black girls, and they got a hold of me and they was like, yeah, you think you're like gonna get away, think it's gonna be that easy? And they bit my arm and they started making that noise. But it's like I don't know. It's like as if I had no fear. Like I was scared, but I had no fear, and I knew I just needed to hurry up to get to where the guys was. And I did actually. I ended up getting in the van, and then due to the boys, I woke up.
Funniest thing while recording this stream, there was a static noise throughout the whole recording, like as if I was on like a home phone.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. Thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me.